Hi, it's James I'm back to talk to you about another snare drum today. This is a drum that I got in a trade. A friend of mine in Boise, his name's Lucas Ventura, a great drummer, called me up one day and wanted to cross paths because he wanted to talk about brushes and everything. And he knew that I did some brush videos and stuff, so we met up and had a great time just talking drums for a while and everything, and showed him some brush things to work on and whatnot. And he had this snare drum sitting around, and we got to talking about drums. And I had a bunch of brass standard size drums and whatnot. We ended up making a trade. I traded him a Pearl and ended up picking up this Mapex. It's a solid bronze bell brass drum. This thing, it's got to weigh 25 pounds plus. It has like black nickel die-cast hoops. I had to replace the bottom hoop on this. I found one on eBay. It had a slight crack in it. I don't know if he knew that or not. Didn't find it till I got home. This actually has a Ludwig bottom head on it, and I don't know if these are the stock snares because this was on it when I got it from him. Has a snare cord, which I prefer, and this drum also, it's like 3 millimeters of solid, bronze bell brass, but it has reinforcement rings that are 5 millimeters thick. So that's why this drum is so heavy. Obviously, with a solid bronze or bell brass, the idea is like a bell, you're going to get more of a little bit of a ring and more of a cut. Sustain to a drum like this. If you took this drum apart and held it up and hit it, it would have a bing, somewhat of a solid tune versus a thinner metal that would not ring as long. It's got a standard Mapex throw off on one side, adjustments on both sides. I think, it's just one air grommet hole. They could probably use more, but if you dry it up too much, what's the point of having the drum? This is a 6.5. It actually almost measures out closer to 7, it seems like, but it's listed as a 6.5 by 14. Again, the Ludwig bottom head, probably in the Ambassador range. This has an Emperor X on top. An Emperor is a two 7 mil heads put together to be 14 mil, 14 and a half, and 7.5. Anyway, it's 14 mil, and it's got a dot as well. I put this head on here, and in all honesty, I took this off of another drum and put it on here because an Emperor X is a head that, with the dot, is going to take away a little bit of the brightness and everything. So I kind of counteracted it slightly with this head. I haven't used this a lot. Because what I wanted to try it on was a gig where I had a microphone, a close mic, and everything. I felt like I was going to have to muffle so much of the ring. I would rather use it in an acoustic situation where it wasn't being muted down. That being said, here it is with no muffling whatsoever. Stick. Okay, it's definitely got a ring and a heavy metallic sound and everything. Snares medium tight. I could tighten them a little bit more, but some Sometimes that makes the drum ring more to me because you're choking the snares out. Vader Buzzkill. Again, we'll drop the pitch of the drum slightly and take away some of the excess rings or overtones. Okay, Mapex Solid Bronze, bell brass. I've always wanted one, so I'm glad we were able to make that change. Thanks, Lucas. Hope all's going well with you. If you're watching, again, I'll at some point probably change this to just an ambassador. Maybe try to mellow it out a little bit, and probably tune it up a little bit higher on the bottom. So. To me, this drum almost needs a little bit of a muting if you're going to do close miking. Otherwise, it definitely has I don't know if it comes across on the phone, but it has a tremendous cut, and there's a definite ring and sustain, but it's not an overbearing, awful ring. It's cool. It's a very cutting idea. It's almost like, to me, like a timpani with snares attached or something. That's the best way I can describe it. So anyway, Mapex, I don't know I'm sure they still make these, although they're probably under the Black Panther label or something at this point. I don't know. This is an older drum, but definitely cool.